Hello people, I'm the Real Comic Book Gamer. Today I'm going to be talking about Deathstroke because some solicitations for DC's upcoming books were leaked, and one of those books was Deathstroke. Deathstroke has not started yet though in DC Rebirth. It comes out on August 10th, so we're still a bit away, but it is definitely very close, under a month away. I'm super excited. Can't wait to be reading Deathstroke again. Hopefully it's good, because Deathstroke's last book was not so great. It's less than stellar. But anyways, there are obviously spoilers for this book, so if you want to go in knowing nothing, there's your warning. But yeah, it is a solicitation, so DC themselves puts it out and will put it out eventually, which means they can't put too many spoilers in it because eventually it'll be officially released by DC. So anyways, starting off with Rebirth number 1. This is Solicitation. This was released a while ago, by the way, but Solicitation reads: 1,000 enemies, 1,000 kills. Deathstroke is the world's greatest assassin. Stalked by an unseen foe, Slade Wilson is confronted by his own troubled past and challenged to reinvent himself before he loses everything and everyone in his life. Can Deathstroke be redeemed, or will his addiction to violence destroy him? So that's just kind of basic, just trying to like set you up with the character of Deathstroke in his current state right now. So yeah, it sounds interesting, but nothing revealing there. Then we have issue number 1 of the Deathstroke series, not Rebirth. It says The Professional Part 1, so we know the name of the story arc is The Professional. Anyways, it reads: Deathstroke's latest contract takes him to a war-torn African country, where he finds himself caught in the middle of a disintegrating alliance between a ruthless dictator and a deadly supervillain. With an entire nation at stake, Slade Wilson must choose between fulfilling his contract and saving an old friend. Sounds very interesting. I'm super excited. Maybe that old friend is Wintergreen. I don't know. I can't wait, because Wintergreen's finally being reintroduced ever since they botched him so badly at the beginning of New 52. So that sounds great. Super excited. Sounds like Deathstroke in his element. And yeah, it sounds great. And on to issue number 2, Solicitation, which I have not read yet. I actually only read issue number 1, Solicitation, and the leaked one. So yeah, this is all new to me as well. It says: The Professional Part 2. Deathstroke investigates a connection between Wintergreen's kidnapping and their old special ops unit to find out which of Slade's trusted inner circle has betrayed him. Okay, that's interesting. Before I was saying that maybe Wintergreen got captured, now it seems like Wintergreen's getting captured later, or the fact that he got captured in the issue before and Slade just still hasn't saved him. The cover of the issue shows Ravenger's helmet, mask, just taken off and like beaten. It looks like she's basically dead, just a crime scene. But again, just covers are very misleading on comic books. They're not what they seem at all. Like, don't judge a book by its cover. That is 210% true with comics. Like, I remember Justice League issue number 3 or 4, something like that, when Aquaman was introduced. It showed Aquaman like beating the crap out of the entire Justice League. Like, he had taken down the entire Justice League and got like his trident about to like stab Hal Jordan or something, or Superman, I don't remember. But anyways, yeah, that's just an example of the fact that comic book covers are very misleading. Anyways, issue number 3, its synopsis is The Professional Part 3. After Slade discovers that someone has put a contract out on his daughter, Rose Wilson, aka the Ravenger, Deathstroke reluctantly travels to New York City to save her from a deadly ambush. I don't like this because I've made a video before talking about DC Rebirth and, Deathstroke Rebirth and what I want to see in a new Deathstroke book, and one of the big things I don't want is Deathstroke's family getting involved this early on, because every single Deathstroke writer ever brings his family in and makes some huge story arc about him, and most of them are pretty bad. Marv Wolfman's done some great ones, but a lot of writers don't do well with his family, and that's all they use because they have no idea what else to do. They don't know how to expand the lore of Deathstroke or bring in other characters. Instead, they're just like, hey, we'll just bring in his family, and all, like, the New 52 book was basically just his family, and then they'd bring in a bunch of characters that would sell. So characters that look cool on the cover, like, hey, Harley Quinn, Deadshot, ooh, they look cool on the cover. Maybe people will buy it. Oh, what about some Red Hood? And that is exactly what I don't want for this book. They're already going down the family road. Hopefully we don't have a whole bunch of, hey, look at this person's guest star of the week. Hopefully you'll buy the book because of it. I don't want that. Anyways, Deathstroke issue number 4, the Solicitation, for it reads, Part 4 of The Professional. After an attempt on the Ravenger's life, Slade Wilson and his daughter head to Gotham City in an attempt to track down Rose's would-be assassin. So some guy tried to kill Rose when they went to New York City, and now he's in Gotham, so obviously he's gonna run into Batman. See how this goes, because I remember in issue number 5 of the New 52 relaunched Deathstroke series written by Tony Daniel, he confronted Batman. It was a very lackluster fight, very disappointing, so we'll see what happens here. Issue number 5, it says, Professional Part 5. After Slade kidnaps Damian and leaves Rose in the care of Batman, the world's greatest assassin and the world's greatest detective trade partners in a battle of wills. That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, he leaves her in the care of Batman, so he's having Batman watch her so that way she doesn't get assassinated, and he kidnaps Damian? At least that's what it sounds like. I don't know. And then trade partners in a battle of wills. What's that even mean? And the cover shows just Slade with, well, Deathstroke with Damian captured. This is kind of weird. I don't know what this means. I don't know. But again, I'm just disappointed when I first read this because of all the family stuff that they're talking about. It's like, hey, it's a Rose Wilson. You know, Rose Wilson's big time involved. And no doubt they'll talk about other people in his family. And we've had so much of Deathstroke's family. I don't want that right now. Leave them alone. Make it about the core character Deathstroke. Make cool stuff. One of the books I compared it to was the Marvel Now Punisher series. It was great. Not like, I think the new one's called Marvel Now as well. I don't remember because they were doing Marvel Now again, which is confusing. But anyways, the Marvel Now series, like when it first came out, great. I love that series. Well, I mean, overall, it was great. It was something like 3 or 4 volumes, and it was great. It was so just simple. It was very simplistic and just about Punisher, and it was fantastic. It was about him going to the West Coast, taking care of crime over there, fighting cartel, and it was awesome. And it was just about Deathstroke. It wasn't some huge thing. They brought in Electro for a part, but it wasn't like, oh, here's this character, here's this character, here's this character. They do bring in some heavy hitters, but not like every 2 seconds. They're not like falling on like typical tropes or anything. No, it was just a really good Punisher book and very simple, and that's what I want Deathstroke to be. Just about Deathstroke going out and doing stuff, and show me the character of Deathstroke and develop his world, add things to it instead of just going to the old fallbacks of, hey, he's got a family and he was a really bad father and now he's gonna be fighting some famous people, you know, please buy our book. I don't want that. It annoys me. But anyways, if you guys are a big Deathstroke fan, please let me know in the comments below, what do you want to see from the Deathstroke series? I really want to know your thoughts on that, and I'm super excited. I still have hope for this. I just don't like the fact that they're going on they're just hanging on to oh, you can't make a Deathstroke story unless it involves his family. I hate that. But anyways, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.